Chief Olusegun Matthew Okikiola Aremu Obasanjo, GCFR, is a Nigerian military and political leader who served as military head of state from 1976 to 1979 and later as President of Nigeria from 1999 to 2007. He ruled Nigeria after the return to democracy from the long military rule. Since his election to the prestigious office of the president, Nigeria has remained a democratic state since then. He has been subjected to severe criticisms and reproaches by the people in the southwest part of the country since he finished his tenure as the president of the country. They accused him of neglecting his region and home and doing little for the region despite spending 8 years as the #1 citizen. He went on air during an interview to respond to the allegations of selfishness and his nonchalant attitude towards his region. He said whatever he did while in office was in the best interest of the country and not for his personal gains. He called on the people making the allegations to ask the Nigerians he worked with during his mandate to know how they work without fear or favor. There is no question that this person comes from my place or that I prefer this person to that one. He also replied the Yorubas that are castigating him for doing little for the region, that his question to them was, has he done enough for the country Nigeria? And they surprisingly said yes. In his opinion, since he had done enough for the country, he has equally done enough for the Yorubas since they are part of the country. He also admitted that his leadership was not flawless, but whatever mistakes they encountered was an original mistake and not one that is done with selfish interest. He still believed that the country can be great again, having the potential and wherewithal to be, though it lacks the leaders to pilot its affairs. He pointed out that if the country can have series of leaders, series of good leaders, the country will achieve wonderful development. Well, one thing I always believe is that though there's no government that will not say it has not done this, it has not done that. They always embark on one thing. But the question we are asking and the problem we are having is that in the scale of 1 to 10, how do we place them? Are we really moving on? Are we really developing at the pace we are supposed to? The question is no. And that is where it seems as if people are always complaining. Because to them, they believe they are doing well. To them, they believe that they have done this, they have done this. Because if you look at all these people who have served, of course, some of them will tell you that why they were. I'm just talking generally. I'm not even speaking on what Obasanjo has said. Maybe I will touch that later. Majority of these politicians or the so-called leaders, they will tell you that they've been billionaires, they've been trillionaires even before their mother conceived them. Some of them, they will tell you why they were in their mother's womb, they've been billionaires and whatever. And most Nigerians know all of them, their background. Even some of them that you think that, oh, maybe they were, assumed to be rich. But you cannot tell me that as they are leaving the office, that they will not be richer than when they were coming. And majority of them, 99% of them, we know their their roots, we know their history. Most of them are not even wealthy, but it always favored them. So they always talk in that manner. And most of them too, when they give some people appointments or give them some contract to do, they don't even monitor them. And that is why we see that a lot of things are just going haywire, because they will believe that, oh, we have budgeted this, I have signed this, I have signed that. How did you follow them through? How did you see that, oh, this thing really, they really achieved this thing that the money was budgeted for? It's always a different case, a buggy entirely. Maybe because they feel that they are very busy or something, but it goes beyond that. But the question we need to be asking ourselves is that how has the people's life improved? Because if you look at it, people's life have not improved. Their welfare has not improved. Their standard of living, has not really improved. People are just going backward. The richer are getting richer. The few ones that are rich are getting richer, while the poor are getting poorer, even to abject poverty. Even the environment, can we say here of a truth that we have developed? Because like I said, in the scale of 1 to 10, how do we place our growth? How do we place the people? How can you say, how do we say, oh, these people, we have improved in all ramifications? We are still going backward. We would like to take one step forward and many steps backward. Corruption has eaten the corruption now is something different. It's something else again. The corruption is the corruption that is even killing the country, and some people are just there to say, oh, it has to be them and their immediate family, or better still, their political friends. So it's just like that. When you see people complaining, it's not as if they are just complaining for complaining sake. But we still know those who are still complaining because they are not getting one position or the other. But like he said, that if he has done whatever he did for Nigeria, that means if you are in Nigeria, that means he has done enough. And I think that is very, very diplomatic. That statement is very, very diplomatic. So we are still where we are, according to the vice president. That is why we are still where we are. Even the people that came to power, bringing all manner of things, telling Nigerians all manner of things. Nigerians thought, oh, they were going to do things differently. But what are we experiencing? It's a different thing entirely. And those people have disappointed us. It's the same thing. But go and check them. Check all their families. Check all their friends. They've positioned themselves here and there. But what can we say about the Nigerian people? Lagos-Ibadan Expressway is a different thing entirely. How many years for them to do that road? And every year they will continue to budget for this, budget for that. All the debt that people can even praise Obasanjo for that. Okay, he was able to clear all our debts. Now, this government has brought us back to where we were. What are they doing? Ease of doing business. All the rhetoric, all the promises, all the things they said they are going to do, nothing. Insecurity, are we going to say we have achieved much in insecurity? Oh my goodness. Lai Mohammed will come and tell you that, oh, these people, they have tried, they have defeated them technically, and what have you. Oh, they will talk about this. Yes, they will tell you, oh, they have created jobs. See the jobs that they are fighting for, that they want to create. Something that after 3 months, everybody will come back to square one. Tell me what will happen at the end of the day. Those things, they will just be, they will embark in one thing. Those who are always praising them are those who are psycho fans, those who are eating at that particular time. It has been happening in all the other governments too, in other administrations. It has been happening. Those who are opportune to be closer to the power, they will tell you, they have done this, they have done that. Or maybe what is our population? Maybe out of the population we have a 2% that are benefiting. Maybe they do one program, or they create a project or whatever. Those few individuals, like 2%, that will benefit from such a project that they have created. Oh, those ones that will not tell you that they have done this, as if what they themselves are gaining is, if you want to take the percentage, what is it going to give to us? Those are the ones that will tell you, they did this, they did that. And you'll be wondering, how come? This country, I didn't get anything, I didn't see anything. It's just like that. And each government we always see all those people, all those psycho fans. Some people, they don't even get anything. They just believe that the kind of life they are living, and that is how it is. In as much their people are there, and they are the one manning the affair of the country, they believe everything is fine. So he can still defend himself. Even Buhari, after he must have finished his tenure, we just hope that things will change for the better. But with the way things are going, we don't even know what to say. Even after he must have finished his tenure, he will still come and tell you, they will tell you he's the best president ever, he's the best this thing ever, he's the best whatever ever. And the worst part of it is that as we are complaining about this government, we just hope that it will not repeat itself, that other government or other administration after this Buhari's administration, we will not be referring to Buhari's administration as the best, because what we are experiencing at that particular time is not the best. But because the other government that will come, other administration that will come, they will not do worse. Then those ones that we've been accusing and saying, oh, they didn't do it, we'll not start praising them. That shows that we are moving back. We are retrogressing. We are not progressing. We are retrogressing. So they will still come and say, oh, I have done this, I have done that, I have done this, I have done that. So that's why the whole thing is just really complicated. Okay, not yet our Oduduwa Republic, but the Federal Republic of Nigeria. OBJ wasn't the Yoruba Nation's president, but rather the president of the Nigerian nation. To me, he did his best, and his best so far. The best president so far, okay? Mobile phone to enhance business and jobs opportunities, okay? During his time, that was what happened during his time. OBJ is a good leader. Take it or leave it. Yorubas might not know, but he remains a good leader. Please, Baba, don't mind them. Hypocrisy man, abeg, go sleep. OBJ has been the best since the return of democracy. OBJ is a true Nigerian. God bless OBJ. Good man. OBJ is a good leader. Hypocrisy at the highest order. Yeah, okay. Campaign after election. I disagree with him. He puts us into all this mess. Topics for another day. So, guys, do you really believe these people? Do you really agree with what some of them are saying? Some of them are saying, "Oh, he's the best president." Some of them are saying, "Oh, he's the one who has put this country in this mess." Let us know your own opinion, and based on what Baba has said, leave your comments and let's have your take.